Hi, this is all my advice on what to eat before your audition, at your audition, and foods that you might want to avoid just to protect your voice. All the little remedies as well that I would always keep in my bag, my little first aid kit. Some people say eat what you want, it doesn't matter. For me, I was always a bit cautious of what I ate and if it was going to affect my voice, especially like my singing voice. So if you're also someone who's cautious about that, you need to be crafty about what you eat and when you eat it, but you need to make sure that you eat, because if you don't eat, you're gonna feel ill and you're not gonna have no energy for the day. Make sure that you eat breakfast. My go-to breakfast was always, I had some of those Belvita breakfast biscuit things. I'd just pop some of them in my bag to eat on the tube, or if you can have some cereal or toast. My audition ritual was pineapple. Before every audition, I'd get a pot of pineapple. I actually spent a fortune on pineapple. This is not related, but I did like a budget thing of how much I'd spent on my auditions this year, and I had a separate little tally chart for pineapple. I spent like £13 on pineapple, but it was my ritual. I couldn't not do it once I'd started. Anyway, so I always had pineapple. It's really hydrating and it's yummy. But that's like one of the old wives' tales, that pineapple's really good for your voice, really good for your throat. So I would always eat that for my breakfast as well on the tube. What you want is lots of little snacks to be eating. They say, oh, you've got 5 minutes before this and you're hungry. You need something in your bag that you can just go, oh, quick, that's gonna give you energy and help you in the next round. Things like nuts are really good. Like I just kept a bag of cashew nuts in my bag and would just like eat those whenever I was feeling a bit hungry. Dried fruit, crisps maybe. I'd say before you're singing round, ideally you want to stay away from dairy. Again, some people say this is a complete myth, but it coats your throat and the sound's not as pure, for me anyway. It definitely affects my singing voice. Also stay away from like sugary drinks and sugary snacks, because raw sugar is not great for your throat either. I'm a vegetarian, so I always find it quite hard trying to find something to have for lunch. You know, if you knew you were going to be there all day. Things like hummus sandwich was good for me. Obviously I had to avoid cheese, and I love cheese, and that was really hard. But if you're a meat eater, I think there's more things that like avoid the bad foods that you can eat. If your singing call's done, do what you want, eat what you want. My GSA has been proper good all day and only eating things that weren't going to affect my voice. And as soon as I'd done my singing call, I had a bag of Percy pigs in my bag and I was like stuffing them in my mouth before the dance audition, because I was like, I need some energy for this dance audition. So then do what you want, like have sugary sweets or whatever to give you energy for the dance audition. But yeah, maybe for singing, avoid that stuff. Just make sure that you eat, because it's also that thing of if you're nervous, you can be like, oh, I can't eat anything, I'm too nervous. Don't do that, because you won't have any energy to get you through the audition and you will end up feeling ill, and you don't want that. You just want to be able to perform at your best. I think that's it for things that you shouldn't eat. Just, yeah, have little snacks that can give you bursts of energy between rounds, just when you need that quick, like, oh, I want something to eat. This is everything's fallen out. This is my first aid kit, which I also took with me to every audition. So just some of the things that are in here. I had a Vocalzone before all of my singing auditions. Some people say that they don't make any difference. I personally think that they do. I think they make my voice purer, and even if they don't, it's a nice relaxing thing, or psychologically it made me think that my voice was going to be better if I had a Vocalzone. About 30 minutes before you sing. You can get these from your chemist if you've not had them before. They're like £4. Yeah, they're great. Strepsils, they're not great for when you're singing, but I was really ill at one point, so I was actually taking these when I was ill. So take these a couple of days before, but don't have these on your actual thing. Soothers, they're nice. These are good. Ricola sweets. They're like herb things. Organic Swiss herb drops from Switzerland. They taste a bit funny, but they're supposed to be good for your throat, so I always had some of them too. These are good. Jakemans. They do these in different flavours, like honey and lemon. These are the mint ones. They're basically things that keep your throat hydrated. It's awful, you know, if you go in, you've got a really dry mouth, a really dry throat, and you have as much water as you can. Water, oh my gosh, water. Drink water. as much as you can. Obviously not loads that you need to go to the loo. Keep drinking water because that's the most hydrating thing, but these are good as well. Keep you hydrated. Little sweets things. Peppermint tea with a spoon of Manuka honey. Manuka honey is great. It's really expensive. It's like £11 for like a tiny little jar, but it is the miracle worker. So I have peppermint tea with a spoon of Manuka honey. Also just a spoon of Manuka honey. That clears your throat out good. Relaxes the throat, hydrates, calms you down. Don't drink tea before you sing an audition because you will need the toilet, and I learned that the hard way. Paracetamol, Ibruprofen. Start to feel a bit ill, start to feel a headache coming on. Forehead stick. I suffer from headaches, so this is always great. It's also just really nice and cooling on your head. Plasters. Injure yourself in the dance round. You know, you don't have to bother anyone then. If you're going around like, oh, excuse me, do you have a first aid kit? And then they might panic. Just whack a plaster on it. Deep freeze spray. If you hurt yourself in the audition, in the dance call, you do something to your foot. Don't know. This stuff's really good. Just do that. Spray it on and it just freezes the area, stops it hurting, stops you thinking about it for the rest of your day. Obviously after that you need to get it treated, see what it is, find out what it is and treat your injury. But as a quick fix, I've also got the, oh, I've lost the lid, but I've also got the deep freeze gel. Oh, found it. These are good. My mum used to buy them when I did shows when I was little, when it was 12 o'clock at night and we were still doing tech and I was like 6. My mum was like, have one of these energy tablets. They're called Dextro Energy and they are literally a tablet full of sugar. So if you're feeling really flat, they're good. I remember we had them before my GCSE dance exam. I took one of those tablets and everyone was like, what are you doing? And I was like, oh, it's an energy tablet. And they were like, oh, that's like against the rules, like doping. And I was like, no, it's not. I think that's it. Just loads of little remedies that might help you. Things good to keep in your bag in case you need them. On your audition day, think carefully about what you're going to eat. Just things that maybe might affect your voice, your singing voice. But a lot of people also say that all of it is nonsense and you can eat what you want and it won't affect your singing voice. You can eat chocolate and it won't affect your singing voice. For me, it definitely does. Try to avoid dairy, try to avoid sugary things. Keep drinking water, keep drinking water. You need to stay hydrated, but that's just my advice on what to eat and what to have in your first aid kit. See you on the next one. Ow!